ad hominem flaw. In ad hominem flaw, the author criticizes the person personally rather than the person's argument. Okay? Rather than directing criticism or any of the claims the author has towards the another person's argument, author attacks the maker of that argument, right? It doesn't work that way in the LSAT. Okay? To refute somebody's argument, it is necessary to provide evidence against the argument, not the person, not that person's history, right? Any negative information against the author of an argument, someone else, has no impact on the argument in the LSAT. Let me give you an example. Let's say there's a politician who has been found guilty of corruption multiple times. It's still not sufficient, just because that politician has been found caught doing corruption on multiple occasions. It's just based on that we cannot disregard his or her policy recommendations. Okay, whatever that the crimes that person has done, we cannot say that policy that he or she recommends or suggests is a wrong one. It just in the LSAT doesn't work. Like these two things in the LSAT are different: the person himself, herself, and the arguments they make or the policy they recommend. Okay, even if that politician has lost credibility, it does not mean that the policy that politician is recommending is a bad one. The politician or the person might be really bad because of their history in crime and all the things they have done, but still logically and rationally very much possible that the thing they are suggesting, a policy or the idea, it's fair, it's good, right? Also, that politician might, just recommend a good policy for generally the whole country, but is not applying that policy in her state or her town, right? So there's that conflict, that contradiction. Why is this politician recommending a policy that he or she does not even follow himself or herself, right? And even if we have that kind of contradiction, we still cannot disregard. Just LSAT is just so liberal that even if that person is not following what he or she is recommending, it's still fine to accept that policy and then just entertain it and see if it's good, and it might be good. Okay, all right. The right answer choice will say something like, the argument attacks the person making the argument rather than the substance of the argument. Okay, it can also say something like, the argument rejects a claim simply because of the motivation that people have for making it. Now, saying that the people who are making the statement or the claim or recommendation might have some self-interest in it, that LSAT has nothing to do with the quality of the argument. The argument might still be good even if there are bad intentions behind it. Okay? Let's look at our first ad hominem question.